Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Good morning, and it is a happy, wonderful Wednesday. Let's get started. I hope you guys had a fantastic night of sleep. We're looking forward to an awesome trading day. Here we got stocks ticked higher yesterday, Tuesday, as the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite closed at new records yet again. The broad index added 0.25%, while the Nasdaq rose 0.22%, and Dow climbed 0.17%. Investors are eagerly awaiting NVIDIA's earnings report today. Now, people don't want to miss out on participating on the print if they come out with good numbers, said Matt Rowe, head of cross asset strategies at Nomura Private Capital. Traders will also be watching as the Federal Open Market Committee releases minutes from its last meeting in April. So as you guys know, FOMC meeting today, 2 p.m. You guys know the drill. So that's really the only main thing that we need to be on the lookout for in terms of, the news and overall. So for my futures traders, we're just gonna, sit tight, and it's been a little bit slower futures the past week. So what that means is the ATR has been a little bit lower. So it's just been a little bit more less volatile than usual. So we're gonna sit tight, wait for the 2 p.m. and then starting tomorrow, I think that's when we're gonna start really rocking again on the futures market. But while the futures were more on the slower side with NQ, we've been seeing a lot of these penny stocks just running up very nicely. So it's nice to kind of switch back and forth once in a while. Let's talk about it. AKTS, these micro pennies have been flying this week. So we have seen, AKTS going from 33-cent breakout and another one at 37 and all the way up to 52 cents so far. So number one gainer right now, AKTS. Let's kind of dive into this company real quick. This is a USA technology company, 93 million in float. So it's actually showing us higher float name. And news-wise, we don't have any new news this morning. Let me double check though. Man, they might have a little bit of a PR, but the company looks like they removed the features patented by QRBO from its manufacturing process. And so looks like, I don't know, that sounds like a good news to you guys, but either way, it did definitely bring up juice. But besides the news and all, it's really these micro penny stocks that's just been flying. So a lot of traders have been taking advantage of these names. Anyways, one thing that I will say about this company is it does have offering on the file, folks. So we've been seeing more and more offerings, and I did tell you guys, hey, be on the lookout for a lot of these penny stocks again. They're starting to do these offerings. I mean, just look at that EDBL, just right looking at it on the stock chat. You can see the edible garden pricing of 6.0 million public offering. That just came out 15, like a few minutes ago. And then we had another one, I think, on BDRX. So what I'm trying to tell you guys is AKTS, just because it's a micro penny, don't expect to be all just kind of, relaxed. Make sure you guys check the filings, look at the company, overall health, cash and all that. But I will just say to you that, I think you do need to watch out AKTS today just in case. Okay. So just a little heads up. Moving forward, I have another stock on the watch list. Obviously, we got BNED. Let's take a look into that. That's the number one gainer on the trade ideas. Technically, AKTS is still the number one, which is why I'm kind of confused why AKTS is not showing on the trade ideas. But anyways, you got 96 cents a share stock right now. $1 is obviously the natural resistance. So we're going to need to kind of keep our eyes on that. Side note, SPWR is breaking on the side. Looks like there's an alert at 325. So watch for that 325 break, which is already breaking out to new high. They just now SPWR. I can see here on Trade Ideas just made a new high of day 334. All right, BNS. So I'll just watch $1 breakout really on BNED. Looking back into this company, we have been seeing this play, I believe, this past week. So it's just looks like a multi-day run, right? If you look at the daily chart here, it's been running up. USA Specialty Retail Company, 37 million float. there's just another, again, there's no new news, just continuation. We'll just keep an eye at PO if the $1 does get a whole dollar shuffle there. 116 so far has been the pre-market high. Moving forward to the next stock, I have SYTA, top second or third gainer right now. Trading at looks like it's below $4 now. Okay, so we got a nice breakout here, $4 hold out shuffle to 456, and then now we are making a lower high and potentially could make a lower low here if the VWAP cracks. So right now VWAP currently trying to hold, looks like. So looks like VWAP and the 50 EMA is all kind of together here. So we do need to kind of sort of build that support level, bounce, and then break out of the lower highs. If it does crack this, you're going to see most likely this going all the way back down to where it started. All right. But, looking into this company real quick, this looks like they have a brand new press release. It stated that they expanded SD7 rollout at Baha Mar Resort. This is a Canadian tech company under 1 million to float, so very low float. All right, moving forward here, next stock I have is BZFD. Another great stock trade of the morning. If you zoom out here on my screen, you can see we got a nice breakout play at 313 all the way up to 420. Now there's a second round that I want to look for a $4 whole dollar shuffle, but what's going on here? We got a little bit of a break, but we're not being able to hit that target price just quite yet. So I would like to see that lower high, kind of break out, but we are starting to rebuild back this higher low that I want to continue to see here. Okay, so this is a USA internet content company, 15 million float. I'm sure you guys heard of BuzzFeed. There is no new news today on BZFD. Okay. What else can I talk about this guy? There's also something maybe, running up on no news. You might need to double check if there's a potential offering here as well. So just a heads up on this guy. I would just be cautious. $4 right now is having a bit of resistance here. Lower high, lower high, lower high. We do need to bounce off the VWAP. Again, general rule of thumb, we don't want to see any stocks or futures below VWAP. If pretty much, to keep it simple for the beginners, the noobs, anything really above VWAP, good. Below VWAP, bad. Okay, let's keep it simple that way. All right. For now, that is that. And then moving forward, I have the SNES. This is the last stock on the watch list I have. Okay. So if we pull it up, SNES, this is probably the lowest, my least favorite at the moment because lacking volume, right? Look at this, malnourished. Somebody needs to feed this guy. You got a VWAP at 87, needs to get a VWAP roll, and then that $1 is ultimately the big resistance. If somehow $1 breaks, some volume does come in, might be worth a look. This guy also does have a brand new press release this morning. What did it say? It said the company launched a fertility control solution for rats on Amazon, the world's largest online retailer. Wow, like as if we don't know that. Okay, but anyways, 5 million float. So you can tell by my tonality, I'm not that as interested. But here we go. Markets open. NQ today is overall looking like it's bullish, higher lows, higher highs. We do have pink deviation. That is the next resistance to hit, as we did hit pink dev line for the bears. So now the bulls want their piece. All right, moving into the stock world at the market opening. Let's double check here. Let's get Holly up just a little bit again. For those that just wants to hear Holly or want to hear simultaneously, you have to tune into both the Discord and Zoom. All right, so SYTA right now, trying for that rebreak of $4. BZFD, same thing as well. So my top two $4 runners right now are this SYTA and BZFD. Worth watching for $4 whole dollar shuffle. Okay, both of them. Those are my top two at the moment. BZFD, like to see this thing, getting a nice PT hit. Hopefully you were able to catch that real quick at the market opening spike. And you probably want to be careful, right? You want to take your profits. It hit 425 so far. Okay, just a quick spike on up there. We got the pink deadline coming on up. Like I said, it would or should. It's coming on up nicely. That should be the next area of resistance. Overall, though, markets are down except for NASDAQ. So, we'll see if the NASDAQ will be able to hold on up here. I think we might need to get a little bit of a pullback after that nice spike on up at the market opening here on NQ, because if you look back here, we did test the pink deadline. Now we just did test the pink deadline, pulled back there. That's where you want to sell and short and get a nice little quick cover. Keep in mind, ATR is only 9, it's below 10 still. You're gonna need to expect to take little profits. Personally, for me this week with futures, it hasn't been a great start for me personally. I finally ended up getting a red day on starting on Monday personally. So I'm gonna have to, again, it just happens. You have to learn to adjust when the market's just not getting that range, and you're used to seeing more bigger ranges. You have to adjust quickly, and just follow the system until things change again. So, anyways, going back to BZFD right now, you got that little spike into $4. Not sure how long this is gonna last, but if we gotta go back to SYTA here, since SYTA is a better $4 breakout here. Okay, nice little wick on up. Okay, so it looks like and by the way, I did make the RSI bigger. I figured like after I'm done at 11 a.m., like sometimes when I'm home, I come back and try to, help you get this kind of, more strained out. But I don't think we need to do that anymore since the RSI. I don't know why I didn't just enlarge it. So that's good. So one more wick again here into the pink deadline. You have 1 minute and 15 seconds on that candle against a 5-minute candle on the NQ. On the 15-minute chart, we do technically have more room to run here, all the way up to 18,853, which is going to be a little bit higher than the deviation 2 line. But that's again if the bulls decide to really break through this and become support here. It's looking a little tough. The deviation lines are not EMA lines, by the way. So if you have trouble or figuring out how to install these or looking at all the indicators that I use, we have pinned messages under Futures Chat. So click on Futures Chat, and then on the top right corner, you should see a pinned icon. Click on that. Make sure you digest everything on there, because anything that is pinned is obviously important. Okay. SYTA, look what you're doing right now. It's still holding up pretty nicely. Have a line right there. That means we need a candle break here at 455. So watch here, 523 up pull right now. This is the guy that has the sauce right now, and AKTS. AKTS got a nice breakout back above 47 to 4056. Right now, I like SYTA a little bit more because you guys know my price range stocks, 3 to 5 range, my favorite stocks to play. 529 up halt now. Might as well hit $5, bro. And if we get halted into $5, that would be a gift today. Sit up, baby. Yes, sir. Look at that. just money just flowing in. Look at that, and right into 10 EMA beautifully. Nice fat rejection into the pink deadline. All right, let's make sure 14 EMA holds. We have this line right now as support, previous resistance, now trying to hold that support here on NQ. RSI still bullish. You have 3 minutes and 35 seconds on this candle. AKTS, I will tell you there's a new candle forming here for another leg up. 50 cent is going to be actually 51 is going to be the candle break line. So I'm going to mention it for those that are watching or playing that on the side. 51 cent candle break line worth watching. If we can get a successful 51 cent becoming support, then you can see this thing going up high, probably making another new high day, because I don't think 56 cents is a high day number. That doesn't sound like it at all. That's a lame number. And I don't think a lot of day traders are going to be happy with seeing 56 as the high day number. At least I would not be. All right. Anyways, you got that for 56, 55 area still open. That needs to, oh, never mind. Just cracked. We have the VWAP though, and the last support line that you really need to make sure it holds is what? $4, right? Because this is where we start. You don't want to give all your gains. Make sure that you still have some shares, lock some in, and then come back with the shares that you just sold and then rebuy back at the dip to make sure that the momentum's still going, because we want to keep that nice higher lows. As long as the Heikin Ashi body here at the 439 area here holds on up and we close back above, that would be great. But I actually put a 438 line here one time. It's actually not too. Get that line, and then this was what is that? That previous PMI. So, you know, relatively speaking, the higher the holds, the better. But right now, it seems like everything's kind of thinking of a pullback. BZFD is getting the momentum now. $4 hold our shuffle. Here we go. Okay, BZFD looking great. BNA, by the way, if you didn't know, that is a Barnes and Noble company. Not sure anyone reads in here, but if you read, you should know Barnes and Noble. Of course, people read in here. I said $1 is still below $1. It's just bouncing off the 500 EMA if you're watching down the side. Nice pullback off the deviation 2 line as the bulls got their deviation 2 line, deviation 1 line. So the bears came back in. They want their probably back down there. Still a doji. I'd rather wait in the next 1 more minute till the next candle. BZFD getting that nice pump as SYTA just got hers PT and 495 up halt now. So BZFD now 495 up halt. Now keep in mind the other guy did not hit $5, so BZFD could be something you need to keep in mind as well. 4502 up halt. The point of it is just to always lock something in as you go, lock something partial, so that way wherever your entry was, which hopefully, you know, you don't risk much more below that. Oh, okay, BZFD, nice rise and shine here. I've been enjoying the stocks again a little bit more. Again, it kind of changes, goes back and forth a little bit. I think, like I said, Thursday or tomorrow, right? Tomorrow's Thursday. Things are gonna get kind of rocking back up again for the futures. Actually, I kind of like that balance a little bit, you know, going back and forth a little bit. I mean, if both could be, you know, flowing very nicely consistently, that'll be a perfect world, but we don't live in a perfect world, so that's just what it is. You have to learn to adjust. All right, so we got this line here becoming resistance, so we should be coming back down to a little bit of this support level based on the trend line, if I'm seeing this correctly here. Something like that here. So that's on the 5 minute at least. If you're looking on the 1 minute, you can see that, but I'd rather stick to the 5 minutes, as you know. It's a nice little fat doji and a flat. What happened? This was support and now cracking, and now you got around the 50 EMA should be area of support. Okay, so coming down to the 200, looks like on the 5. Actually, again, like I said, most likely the trader are gonna want their uh, pink deadline. Goodness gracious, that's a sick drop.
CSLR, CSLR, SGMT, LL,
Still.
BL,
And the Bulls, for now, they decided to bail out.
LPG, WB, LPG, BNGL, MBIL,
Okay, so BZFD, bye bye birdie. I'm not sure if anyone was trying to say bye bye birdie, but
LFFA,
so what happened? We got oh, tippy toppy there, pulled back. Let's go down the list real quick. BNED, still below 1, still hold to waiting for the on hold. Looks like BZFD still holding that $4 mark. Like I said, needs to bounce from there and hold. You got SYTA, pulled back after a nice little pop. I mean, this is just, you know, the regulars. After a nice run up in the market open, you're gonna get a little bit of that nice pullback. Same thing here on the NQ. So looks like BNED's on hold. Let's kind of take a look at that real quick. Market is red, NASDAQ is red. So NQ should be continue to move down as long as NASDAQ's pulling down. BNED is breaking $1 again.
SCG, AN, BND, BND, FLNC, BNCSIBM, BNED, FAXF, BND, BND,
Okay, BNED. It's going right now. We do have a play for this one previously from 112. So 119 is the up pull right here on BNED. And it's halted at 119. So from the 112 breakout entry, I believe there was one that before earlier at 741. So 112 is right now halted up.
LG, FLNC, IGMS, IGMS,
Okay, so we'll have to wait for BNED to get unhalted at 9:49, 29 seconds. You have the NQ getting rejected, still lower highs. They get a nice pop though from the 200, but it is still in this journey towards that lower highs. So lower highs could also mean that another lower low could happen, but we'll keep an eye on this.
TMS, HUMA, LPG, easy, PW. And NRD1. DQ. LICN, LICN. LL, SUDG, FLNC. NASF. CSIQ. EVGL, IAS. LICN, LICN. HUMA. SMES.
Yeah, I would watch BZFD for a VWAP roll. AKTS below VWAP, SYTA below VWAP. The only ones right now is BNED above VWAP and BZFD trying to see if it gets back above the VWAP roll there.
AN, fund. NASF. UPST, HUD. DLNK. LFST, SEDG. HUMA.
Okay, we got 19 more seconds till BNED unhalts. Watch for this unhalt here.
BNT, BNED.
Hey, looking good. Nice, beautiful up halt. Unhalt 140's up halt now. But definitely gonna be seeing some traders locking in 110 down halt now. Nice, nice PT hit there, real quick. If you ended up buying in on this guy.
UPST, SGMA.
Looks like NQ is still making higher lows and higher highs. You got the deviation 2 line being the next area of resistance.
LICN. LICN, PMT. LICN. LICN, HUMA. DSIQ. HITI, FRX, INOT, LFST.
Okay, so let's move on from being a quick move there. We'll have to watch. I think BZFT is still holding this, this higher low area. Watching for that 420 still for that nice breakout level.
IGMS, NRIS. SEDG. MT. SI, CSIQ. SMR. BSAT. UPST. IGMS. Beer. SNES. Real. CUTR. PESI. AOLR. TMCR. BNGO. DNUT. HSAI. BLNK. HUMA. BCG. MRX. CRNC. IGMS. CING. AMS. SHOT. MAXM. Beer. CSIQ. BCG. CGDMT. BCG. BCG. BCGRB. SEDG. FOF. FGPN. NRIS. HSAI. BMCA. UPST. MBIO. Fund. MBIO. Form.
Okay, we're hitting the upper trend line here on NQ now again, so a little bit of a pullback, should see it here.
NCNO. MAXM. TSI. SFR.
So like I said, we just hit that upper trend line and we just got a pullback. That's where you want to add your short.
LCO. SI. CUTR. NRX. NRX. GL. HBGL. IRBT. EMT.
So that was a great area. And then you want to cover at the bottom of this area here, see if we can continue to hold on up. Right now, overall NASDAQ is still holding its greens. It's just been interesting times. The market's moving up nicely, but it just does this where it goes slightly green and then goes red, slightly green, goes red again, and slightly green. So if you can kind of follow the current theme here, you'll be fine. But it is a little bit trickier than usual days. BZFD kind of below $4 now. BNet still holding $1. Needs to wait for the unhalt. Looks like BZFD is, excuse me, what was the other one? SYTA is still trying to go for one more run. This VWAP roll happens on SYTA.
SEDG. CUTR. MAXM. MPL1. NCNO. INOD. SCO, beer, HSAI. ICRX. LCO. CRSB Freedom. RNAZ. PWSC. Edit. GL. FLNC. Ends. DMT. S. Punch. RDDT.
Okay, BNet is on its roll again. It's number one gainer. Keep in mind, this is the number one gainer right now on trade ideas. So a lot of traders are probably going to be still over that. AKTS is technically number one, but you know, trade ideas on my end is showing. Might be because of some sort of a setting float or something that I changed. Yeah, let me double check though. What's going on? Why is AKTS? It's a AKTS showing us 286. That's volume. Interesting. Why it's not showing AKTS? Let's configure that real quick. No, I don't know why. So
Fine.
interesting. I'm not sure. Okay, NQ still in this channel. It's still looking good for those that were hoping for more. This is it. 128 up halt now. This is it. This is gotta go. This gotta go and up halt again here on BNet. Keep in mind, this is gonna be a Halfest stock. Since yeah. Oops. SSR, hard borrow. You know, this company, you also need to kind of watch out, which, man, a lot of these big companies just been going bankrupt, man. Obviously not good signs, but you know, being at Barnes and Nobles, they're not also looking too good on their cash position. Well, let's just enjoy the ride for now and make sure you have stop. Make sure you see 130 now up halt. 130 up halt. NQ still riding within this trend. I'm gonna draw an RSI line here real quick. Need to get a better bird's eye view here. Let's see if it's gonna hit that one RSI, whether it's a 70 line or not. 133. They're trying to keep this in bay. 133 now is the up halt. Oh, we got hit another upper trend line here. Look at this line here on NQ. NASDAQ is back up, still in the green. One 135 up hold, they're moving it up. Another good area to short here. Missed that one just now. manage this BNED here. Writing the 10 EMA, make sure you don't, I wouldn't want to see this trend line crack necessarily.
NRX. DWS. NRX. MAXL. HQLA. HKD.
Mhm.
SG. F.
Okay. Um, okay.
Tango. GL.
It's still not cracking the 10 EMA or the trend line here on BNED. 140 is the up at the moment. Everything's kind of dead except for BNED right now. Everyone's kind of been on the BNED right here at the moment. NQ is having a little bit of a troublesome area here. It needs to hold his trend line. So it's just at an awkward area. This trend line is holding a support and deviation one line as resistance. So time will tell in the next 1 minute 30 seconds. That's when I'm going to look for a new potential entry.
PAR. 5AS. CRNC.
Okay, so we are seeing a little bit of a more downside here. 5 minute here needs to. Well, otherwise, we're gonna come down to 18, 8, 11 support, which is 14 may still open. Okay, being that things start to crack the trend line, as you can see, and we're gonna get down halted at 112. Now, while this gets down halted one more time, we probably should look for another setup like SYTA. BNED halted down at 112, like I said. And you got now SYTA testing the VWAP roll. So SYTA, we're watching for VWAP roll. That's going to be right here around 408. We remember we have $4 hold our shuffle line again. That's the same line we've been used for a successful breakout again. 470 up halt next on SYTA. So you got to quickly move as you see BNED starting to lose momentum as it cracks. Again, it's going to be a halt fest. It's going to halt a lot. I'm not a huge fan of that. Usually happens when you see a lot of like 78 cent stock popping up over $1. You know, you got $4.75 now up halt here on SYTA. So the herd shifting a little bit here again. See if it can keep up the momentum here on now on SYTA. We want to make sure we get a VWAP roll. We're not getting a VWAP roll just quite yet. We got an initial spike up to VWAP, back to VWAP, and now we got to push on up here. Push up to like 431 here. What is that line? 438. I actually like the 431 line better. So I'm gonna adjust that. It needs to break through that next. Losing a little bit of momentum, which is that's fine. It's doing a little VWAP roll thing, up, down, below VWAP, and now it needs the second time roll up. 479 up halt now on VWAP on SYTA. 479 up halt. Bouncing again on this NQ, same trend line here. Just doing tic-tac-toe, literally within the zone. Imagine if the ATR on the 5 minute chart is 12. Some of you guys, if you use 1 minute chart, will probably be half of that. I wouldn't be surprised if ATR is like, I don't even know what the 1 minute chart is showing, but It should usually be, I mean, not even half, maybe 4, 3. I don't know. It's just going to be a little bit, definitely a lot lower. So imagine the people that are scalping on the 1 minute. It should be a little more than that, but like I said, a Fed meeting today at 2 p.m. The RSI kind of bending down here. Again, you don't want to just rely on one indicator. Make sure you understand right now it is uptrending. That's bullish. 14 EMA still riding, golden cross. This trend line, overall market still green on the Nasdaq, but yeah, this right here is our first bearish sign for a little pullback down. 14 EMA here, support at 18. 11 line there. It needs to crack that for us to plunge down further to this. So it's looking good here for the bears now, as we are cracking. Yeah, that's looking bearish right now. So we should be coming down towards the next line down to the 50 EMA, I believe. It's making lower highs now. Wedged out finally, and then NQ's also Nasdaq's pulling back down. So I'd like to see this thing now just really kind of get that bigger pullback.
Double West. Dallas, WR. RNAs. NRIS. ICU. Again.
So ITA waiting for that VWAP roll.
RNA. Double DJTSGD. MNOD. Add. XAI. That's up. And DMT.
Lower highs, lower lows, still bearish here. NQ, we should continue that nice lower highs, lower low. It should follow it, but it's being very, taking its time.
IGMS. And NFL. LC.
BZFD is all the way down to the 500 EMA. So BZFD all now testing 500 on the one we're launching. If you guys like to get that nice and low support areas. Same thing with AKTS is approaching down. You got BNet coming back on up now again. So as these other stocks, the herd shifting again back to BNet, that 112 previous resistance now support. So we might be able to see the next line once it gets up towards being at 144. 140 is the up pulp now. Everybody doing good so far today? Okay. just a Fed day today at 2 p.m. So it's going to be a little bit more slower pace for futures and all, but the small caps are doing pretty good today, as usual this week.
Fear. NVCR. IGMS. RNAZ. BRSP. Kabir. JD. Have. TPIC. IGMS. LTH.
Hey, things are kind of slowing down at the moment for the stocks. DNED is the only one that is still holding up. BZFD, if you like to get the bottom, that's fine. NQ is trying to make its way up again. Okay, so let's go ahead and adjust these lines here. GMS. Okay, AKTS is currently back up a little bit. Came all the way down to our beloved 37-cent line. So that area became support, which was our latest alert up there on AKTS 37 cents.
IGNS, CRSP, MGNS. Beer. Beer, CXAI. GLP. AMPS. JKS. NAMT. BNGF, CGVIG. Okay.
Okay, so real quick, NQ, we have a lot of resistance here at 18,823 line. You can see here Wix pulls back, Wix pulls back, Wix pulls back, Wix pulls back, Wix and pulls back. But overall, we're in this channel now, so we'll see. I think a lot of heavy resistance here, something to be noted. Okay, so nice pull back there, going downhill again.
Find our AMCS. SVDG. No. Yes. JKS. REKR. SG. BLNR. NBCR. NREBGL. CRSGL. LUNR. SGR1. NTLA. BERE. ICP. FBTNR. CSIQ. CXAI. So, RNAT.
Okay, we've got about 10 minutes till the 10:30 first hot hour coming to an end. Again, FOMC days, you're going to see a little bit slower than usual. So a lot of traders are being more cautious today before the 2 p.m. the FOMC meeting minutes.
REKR. SG. BBGL. BERB. AFPS, PLS, CBRL, CRSPG1, SGR1. No. SFIX. BW, DCGL, DJT, ARQQ, DXAI, edit, FWRTRKR, RNAs, BRBU, BNDA, PLAB, GTLAB, SG, SEDG, FLNC, FBRR, PLRSP, DNBT. TNDF, AFCS, BERB, PLAB, CBRL, MTLA. 9. BNT. Sorry. AMPS. SPT. ASAF. MGNS. TPIC. DJT. DQ. 9. SGMT.
Okay, so being it finally cracked, everything started pulling back right now. So be smart. Things are starting to pull back. A lot of these stocks. Same thing with futures right now. Yeah, everything's just kind of everything that pumped up is crashing right now. You know, the ones that we played that is like AKTS as well. I think up and then down. Then you got a little small pop to the VWAP rejection again, back down.
CSA, AFCS. BIT. MODS. FBRR. BTNR. IMTA. LSAK. SGRY, PGY, Luna, IMTA. EJT, AMPS. DQ. 9. BRKR. ALLR. CSIQ, JKS. EDBL, BLNK. BNDA. RNA. NA. So. PPIC. PLSE.
Okay, y'all. Sit tight. It's just right now, that is what's going on right now. So just be a little bit patient, folks. A little bit slower, getting a little dry. These are times where we need to, save our ammunition. I really think tomorrow, for my futures guys, is going to be a lot more exciting on NQ, in my opinion. Today, I don't think we're gonna see a lot of excitement. News days are done for now. The only thing you need to wait if you're sticking around is that 2 p.m. 2 to 2:30 p.m. mark. Okay. So, take maybe small green today, or if you had a big green day, definitely secure the bag. No need to give it back.
Up here. So. LTH up here. Do it at 5. VRKR. SEPG. VLS.
Okay, all right, Scott. Well, Scott seems like he's saying he's looking at the charts and looking at the stocks, and things are a little too dry. So, Scott, good seeing you. If I'll be sticking around for another 30 more minutes with you guys, for those that are still here. I will say all the stocks right now that are in the 500 EMA zone is SYTA, AKTS. So if you're looking for one more 500 EMA plays, are now testing 501, and worth watching VNet for 500 on the one as well. Lots of market, lots of things, lots of pulling back, pulling back. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, 500 on the one means 500 EMA. That is the lowest EMA we use on the 1 minute chart.
NRCT. SLRN. RLAY. ASAM. RVPH. JKF. AL. AEMD. Y. SBGR. IGMS. LBS. IGMS. BRKR. ARCT.
My futures traders, I want to ask you guys. Do you guys find today a little bit difficult to trade today on NQ? Let me know. What do you guys think? Is NQ this week been really good for you guys, or a little bit slower than usual, or is it just me? What do you guys think? Because I'm trying to think of maybe trading gold on days that are not as active. You know what I mean? Right now I see ES, NQ, the market's just kind of being really iffy. So it's a little bit slower for my taste. What do you guys think? Is it just me, or do you guys like this? Do you guys like this type of movement? it's definitely been, you know, the ATR just not, we haven't ever been able to see this thing above 15 on the ATR this whole several days. So, like I said, it's just been where I had to make some adjustments this week because usually I go at least 10 points, and even at least 10 points has been a little bit more difficult to get for some reason. So I would say, you know, I think it requires a lot of patience because if you look at the chart, it actually, you know, while the ATR is low, it also, like, if you get like a little bit of a wrong area, it's just kind of it goes against you a little bit, and it might spook you out. So, you know, just make sure you guys are really staying grounded and get the best fills as possible, because if you just market order at some, you know, middle of the place, it's really just not in your favor. So um you know, like, I know when things are a little bit not as usual. It definitely NQ is just not usual the past several days, few days this week. So if you're not seeing that flow as you used to, it's okay. Don't be too hard on yourself. Everyone else that's trading this as well is probably having a hard time today. You just need to wait it out until the Fed minutes are done, and then 8:30 tomorrow, I think it's going to be another, you know, the day where tomorrow we'll probably see hopefully ATR above 20 and then goes up and get a nice range there. So, and yeah, Cali 76 is a good point. Yep, Nvidia is a big one, right? Nvidia's earnings today, big impact on NQ. So obviously you guys know Nasdaq's all a bunch of tech stocks, so Nvidia being one of the top tech stocks, you do need to keep that in mind. That's why on days like today, a lot of traders are going to be more cautious. So some people might not even be trading. So I think the other day, SPY had its lowest trading volume in a very long time, I believe. So all the ES traders on the futures probably didn't get much shekels there. Same thing with ES or NQ. So if you're curious what's going on, you know, that's probably what it is. So that's why the small caps have been popping up better, I think, too, because small caps don't really is not really aligned with, you know, these major indices. They're more on the Russell 2000, you know, index, and so, you know, the small caps always going to have its days, but and this is what I'm talking about. Lots of wicks. You see the ATR on the body of the 5-minute is very it's very short. They're like little dwarves. Do you notice that? You know, we haven't been able to see those huge full body, like maybe something like this right here is nice, right? Look at this, something like this here. But that was like 7 o'clock, right? We just haven't been, we just really haven't been seeing those huge wicks, like especially at 8:30 when you had those big news waves, you know, like this was nice right here, right? This was consecutively very nice. But you know, for a few days now, look how these candlesticks have been getting smaller and shorter and shorter. So that's why it is a little bit more difficult. And you know, you want to capture the meat of the move, something like this, but you know, most people aren't trading around this time at 7 o'clock. I myself don't even like trade that much in pre-market and futures because I'm focused more on the small caps and then, you know, at market opening, where it actually looks like things started kind of rocking back up around 8:40 here. Another nice wave at 9:20, a few minutes before 10 minutes before market opening. And now it's just a bunch of wicks in between these small little dwarves. So, you know, the best thing to do, in my opinion, is to minimize your trading on days that are a little bit, you know, short. Yeah, I mean, like I'm seeing GC. GC is the gold. Like apparently that would have been a very nice short. If you look at GC at 204.10 level, came all the way down to 238. I think, you know, this one's only at 2,412, 2,388. So it's a lot smaller price You know, whereas NQ we're at 18,800, which is why also is going to require you to have more money, by the way, right? If you want to trade with your own futures, which I do trade I have an account that I trade, you know, I have one account that I can, I think on NinjaTrader, you can only have a personal and a business account, and that's it. That's why, you know, it makes sense to have the platforms to where you can have up to 20, like on Apex, you can have 20 accounts. So we'll see. Like I said, I think it's not going to be something like forever. Obviously, it's just you have to wait for these times and be patient. And I think one thing is also like just like learning to be okay with taking the small gains. Um, because I think our minds are some of you guys, especially when you guys are all about daily gains. I think there's a season for you to have the daily. It's always changing, right? Like there's going to be a time where you kind of need to not think so much everyday gains. You need to think more weekly or monthly gains. Because the daily gains might not be as exciting. And, you know, some of you guys that are putting yourself, well, I have to make $200 a day or $500 a day or whatever the number is for you, you know, if you don't get it, that ends up making you force trade. And that's never the answer to success. And so, you know, a lot of traders also just, you know, even traders that are experienced, they face that because they're so used to on days that are, you know, normal, you're just getting that steady cash, you know, profit coming in. But once the market changes a little bit, using, you know, with your strategies, it may change up a little bit and you're not going to be able to pull out as easily as you've seen. And and a lot of times, sometimes you might question, maybe it's you, like, is there something wrong with me? And so, you know, don't get it confused. There's like, as long as you're keeping yourself disciplined and following, nothing wrong with that. But sometimes the market is out of control. And so you have to accept that and adjust quickly, because the longer you don't fix it while the market's changed, the more what you're going to give your gains back. So, you know, you have to understand, yeah, you're going to have some losing days on days that the market changes. As long as you adjust it, great traders just learn to adjust and then make it back and then ride that wave again. The wave changes again, adjust, do the same thing. You just don't want to be blowing up during the process of the change. So you need to take a step back, do some, you know, demo trading or practice, or better, another way to do it is just to sit there and observe. Okay. And that way, once you get a feel for it, okay, I think this is the flow now. Let's get into it. That's why on Mondays, like, it's just important to like kind of take it easy to get a feel for how the market goes. Unfortunately, this week, Monday caught me. Monday was a day that I, you know, didn't do a great job of adjusting and just kind of firing up my ammunition, so to speak. And then the next day was just slower. And then today's even slower. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just slowly got slower, but you quickly adjust. And then, you know what, if you're up in the green, just lock it in and then be done with it, because there's a higher risk of you wanting to keep going at it. And then it's just going to be another red day. So for me this week, I'm just like, you know, let's just take it easy. Don't do anything stupid. Tomorrow, I think tomorrow's a day where, you know, you definitely need to be a little bit extra focused and try to lock in. I think tomorrow's going to be more of an opportunistic day. Anyways, what time is it? We got 20 more minutes till 11 a.m. rubber dip time. I will go ahead and take a quick stretch break, and I will be right back for the last 20-minute rubber dip time.
Sage. FVRR. ARCT. CUTR. CLCOGT. BOG. RLAY. AQST. CXAI. ARVN. VIR. NTLA. Jack, AMSC,
SPWR.
ARVN, PPBT, IMPP, CBRL, CRNC, Edit, GDRX, PLAB, RVPH, KOD, IRBT, NOS, SAGE, QDEL, EWTX, PLL, PTLO, FLNC, SPWR, SLRN, AMPS, ALGM, CXAI, COOS, CRBU, VID, CLCO, BOC, EWTX, HLVX, NEB, INMD, KOD, NARI, AQST, AMSC, RLAY, SGMT, IMPP, 4, CBRL, SDGR, IRBT, FLNC, EWTX, CLCO, RNA, VUZI, NEB, RVPH, GOOS, JFBR, INMD, BLNK, Jack, BQ, BQ, SGMT, SGMT, PAR, PAR, AMSC, NARI, VID, PLL, NTLA, or JFBR, BCAB, BOC, BOC, PLCE, EWTX, DON, ARCT,
All right, guys. So got 15 more minutes here. Um, So I think BNet is setting up a little bit here for the $1 again. So I'll be watching for that. If you look at BNet, I mentioned to you about the 500 EMA as well. So if you took that, 500 EMA dip earlier here all the way down, which was back at 88. So this was right there at the 500 EMA. We got a nice pop up here. If you're looking for SYTA 500 EMA, it is still holding there right now.
check.
So you could look for that SYTA around 290 here needs to hold. And then you got the AKTS as well from the 500 EMA, which is sitting at 0.32. So around the 433, this was our first entry level. You want to look for that rebreak at 33 because it's got a great setup if it does get that nice downtrend breakout right here on AKTS. So I'm going to mention this one because I like this one. We're watching for downtrend breakout using first breakout entry at 0.33. So you want to see that area break through and then get the nice climb on up to the 37 again and then to the VWAP.
HLF. LA, Beach, Sage. GT Jet, SPIR1, Soul. LPRO, PLC, TPIC. BTDR, BCAB, HUD, SPWR, ARCT, GOEB, ARBN. AMLX, ATAC, MTLA. STOA. BOC. HLF. ARCT, CGBN. IRBT. HR. Angle. TMCI. Form. PLAB, SPLABY. ARPN, TPIC. LAB. LAB. Soul. Oh. Fund. CSIQ, BUCI, AUHR. LC. LT, PLAB. STOA, go. PLAB, SETG, alt. FLNC. AMPS. SPWR, ENGO, Luna, Angle. Ryder. HR.
I will just mention BZFD 313 candle break line worth watching later. Okay.
CSIQ.
And then AKTS 0.33 line as well. Okay, so those are the two stocks that I will mention look for on the side. NQ is we'll see if it will decide to spike back up again, which I do think right now with the Nasdaq they will try to push it back up again one more time. So we'll see.
HLPS. HLM. CSIQ. LTH. Yeah. SCG. ALGM.
Okay, guys, we got about 7 more minutes. I like AKTS because it's so low. It's a low risk entry level. You definitely don't want to see this thing, going down much more, below. I think we need to really start kind of wedging out of this area here again and start popping out of this zone here. So I'll be keeping my eyes on this level.
Request. Bond. Zone. One. HR. LTH. AGR. RTO. LTH. Jet. ASL. Avir. More. LR.
AKTS starting to get a little bit of juice again. Like I said, this is currently my favorite.
FLNC. HLM. CSIQ. APHR. AGR. SETG. and WRD. CAMS, CIMB. KN. Moore, Gamer. IRBT, Luna. AMN, PTLO. Again. FLNZ, SGRY. Riley. LTH. SEDG. UNFI. FRR, WRBY.
And Q, like I said, they're gonna try to pop back up here right now. Nasdaq's the most healthiest indice today.
BGS. NRIS. ENO. AGRA. CAMS. SWR. Fund. SMR. FLNC. PT. MASN. Beer. SGR1. HLPS. WRBY. GCT. Beer. HLPS. NAPA. NRCT. NRCT. IGMS. IGMS. Beer. BOM. EGN1. MTA9. HR, Fund. SMR, MASN, EMFM. Jeff, LPRO.
Okay, team. Well, it is 11 a.m. rubber dip time, and NQ just got a nice little pop back up a little bit there. So congrats. And other than that, great job to all my stock traders this morning. Looking forward to an awesome trading day with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Just watch for those that are sticking around. We do have FOMC 2 p.m., so be on the lookout for that. Take care, everybody. God bless you all, and see you guys tomorrow morning.